Shripad Rajam Sharanam Prapadhe. The narration of a Parivrajaka, that is an ascetic, is described in the chapter 41. Shri Bhaskar Shastri said, Lord Shripad Shri Vallabh is a manifestation of Saraswati, Mahalakshmi, Mahakali and Rajarajeshwari. Those who worship him know this fact. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikhari are four frequency sounds. Sometimes a sentence spoken is not heard at all. Only lip movement explains its meaning. That sound frequency is called Madhyama. A little more subtle or lesser in frequency is Vaikhari. The frequency of sound emitted by the vocal box but remains inside itself is called Pashyanti. Para is a sound that emerges from the navel and is subtler than Pashyanti. If man wants to progress in life, he must have faith. He must believe in the basic principles of life. He also must have the strong belief that in case of any difficulty in life, it is God who will relieve us of it. This faith only strengthens our willpower and instills confidence in us. The blissful energy is said to contain Purush, the masculine element, and the active energy is called Prakriti, the feminine element. Knowledge with no energy in it is very feeble, and energy with no knowledge is blind. It leads nowhere but to destruction. So, we must acquire knowledge and get liberated from the bondage of Prakriti. Prakriti, that which is active energy, and Purush, that which is blissful energy, unite together to operate the universe. Both are handicapped. Purush is lame, Prakriti is blind. Lord Shripad explained this handicap practically to the world because one of his brothers was blind and the other lame. They are symbolic of the lame Purush and the blind Prakriti. At the peak of evolution, these two unite to form Ishwar and Ishwari. In the past, such indelible form of Purush and Prakriti was addressed as Brahma Maya. The infinite and eternal Brahma is made finite by the power of Maya. The purpose of Lord Shripad's birth at Pitikapuram was to transform this infinite form of Brahma, which cannot surrender to Maya, which is illusion, into a finite, accessible form. Lord Shripad's divine energy will ward off the handicap of mankind and the blindness of Prakriti. Lord Shripad's divine play or miracles are beyond the comprehension of a human mind. Once an ascetic who was a devotee of Lord Dattatreya came to the Kukuteshwar temple. He would also initiate people into Datta worship. He believed when one gets initiated into Lord Dattatreya's worship, he performs his regular duties without any obstacle. Many Brahmins of Pitikapuram got initiated, but some people were a little apprehensive about it. A meeting of the Brahmin Council, Kshatriya Council and Vaishya Council was called. This meeting was addressed by Sri Bapannacharya. He said, Lord Dattatreya belongs to all, so everyone can get his initiation. People belonging to the Ashtadash Pagada Varna, that is the 18 low caste, can get initiated by an ascetic. But some people from the Brahmin Council were of the firm opinion that Brahmins, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas followed the laws laid down by their respective caste and therefore were the only ones eligible for this initiation. The Shudras were thus not eligible for the initiation. Of course, they could be made pure when others accept Dakshina, a small monetary offering from them. It was then that Bapannacharya said, in all castes, we have people who are both ritualistic and non-ritualistic. It is thus difficult to conclude who's who. So for social benefit, stability and welfare, we can perform a Datta Home, which is a sacred fire offering to Lord Dattatreya or any other similar ritual. This trait-off society can thus be benefited. Accepting Dakshina from the Shudras and not initiating them into Datta worship is injustice done to them. So we will accept Dakshina from them and purify them with the help of the power of our penance. This will be beneficial to the Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya community also. Also, the Dakshina should be voluntary. Lord Dattatreya will be pleased only if the Dakshina is given as per one's capacity and full of reverence and faith in him. Actually, without prior notice, this Parivrajaka, that is the ascetic, has come to Kukuteshwar temple and put a proposal of initiation in front of the people here. He has also asked for Guru Dakshina. This is against the rule. We can accept his initiation only for social welfare and not for personal or individual gain. The Brahmin council only thinks of social welfare and not personal welfare. Among many of Lord Shripada's devotees, there were farmers too. The chief among them was Venkatapayya Shrestri. When Lord Shripad visited his house, he said, "I initiate Datta worship but also accept Dakshina as per one's capability. There is no need to take Mandal Diksha for 40 days. Even one night's initiation is sufficient." One day, Lord Shripad initiated the people belonging to the Ashtavarna Pagada caste. Some of these people were also Brahmins, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. As Lord Shripad is none other than Dattatreya himself, his favorite day of the week is Thursday. Lord Shripad said, "The moment you think of Lord Dattatreya, he appears before you and fulfills your desires." He also indicated, "Those devotees who are in misery and trapped in the material world are calling out to me earnestly. So it is now time for me to leave Pitikapuram." When he reached home, his parents put forth a marriage proposal for him. He said, "See my glorious divine form with Anagha Lakshmi. When I visited you as an Avadhut, I had told you that the day you put forth my marriage proposal, I will leave the house." Saying so, he appeared in front of his parents in his divine form. They were full of awe and emotion at this vision. Lord Shripad then placed his hand on his brother's head and gave a compassionate look at them. What a miracle! The brothers were instantly cured of their handicap. Not only were their vision and movements normal, but his divine touch filled them with knowledge and wisdom. Lord Shripad then assured his mother Sumati Maharani that he would bless all his maternal lineage and accept their service without any dakshina. He also blessed his brothers with Vedic knowledge to be carried forth to future generations of the Ghandikot lineage. He then closed his eyes for some time and said, "Sridhar Sharma, one of his brothers, will be born as Samartha Ramdas Swami, and Narsimha Varma, when born again as Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, will be initiated as Samartha Ramdas's disciple. Samartha Ramdas later on will be a great yogi Gajanan Maharaj at Shegaon, earlier known as Shivagram, in the next birth. Ramraj Sharma, his other brother, will be born as Sridhar Swami, a very great yogi. This courtyard of mine at Pitikapuram will have in it a Mahasamsthan created. This will be looked after by the Vatsavai family. Vatsavai is a village in Andhra Pradesh. The reading of the Savitrupanna, dedicated to the sun god, will take place here." Lord Shripad was very fond of Vedic chanting. Many times it was observed that Lord Shripad would be merged in his inner self listening to Vedic chants. Seeing him so involved, even the scholars chanting the Vedas would continue to do so by gazing at his divine radiant form. Chapter 41 ends here. Those who are condemned by society will be free of their pitiable situation by mere reading of this chapter or even listening to it. May Lord Shripad bless us all. Shripad Rajam Sharanam Prapadhe.